Your emotions can have a profound effect on your life, from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. They can be a source of strength and a source of weakness, a driving force for success and a hindrance to progress. Emotions can be a powerful tool, giving you the courage and determination to overcome obstacles and reach your goals. But it is important to remember that emotions can also be a source of vulnerability, leading to impulsive decisions and poor judgment. At some point in our lives, we will all experience painful or negative emotions. Whether it be feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or despondent, these emotions are a natural part of life and should not be ignored. However, it can be difficult to manage these feelings, and they can become overwhelming if not addressed properly. That's why it's important to find constructive ways to cope with these emotions and to seek help if needed. Don't be afraid to reach out for support, it can make all the difference. No matter what is causing you distress, it is inevitable that you will experience difficult emotions at some point in your life. It can be overwhelming to feel despondent and powerless, but it is important to remember that these feelings are a normal part of being human. With the right techniques and strategies, you can learn to manage and even transform these emotions into something more positive. However, it is important to be aware that this process can take time and patience. Finding joy and contentment in life requires us to stay connected to the things that are meaningful to us. Striking a balance between staying true to our values and allowing ourselves to explore new opportunities is essential for staying motivated and inspired. Too much attachment to certain things can throw our lives off balance, so it is important to find a harmonious equilibrium between the two. By doing so, we can ensure that we are living a life that is both fulfilling and rewarding. It is essential for me to recognize that my emotions are not always rational and that I can become overly attached to things that are not beneficial to me. To effectively manage my feelings, I need to identify what is most important in my life and focus on that. Taking a few moments to discern what is truly essential can help me better regulate my emotions and ensure that I am dedicating myself to what truly matters. However, I must acknowledge that this is not always an easy task and may require effort and dedication to discover what is truly meaningful to me. Gaining a deeper understanding of emotions is a complex endeavor that requires three essential components. Firstly, it is essential to recognize my own feelings and how they shape my actions. Secondly, it is advantageous to be able to identify and comprehend the feelings of others. Finally, it is paramount to be able to express my feelings to others in a meaningful way. Doing so can open up a world of possibilities, such as effectively controlling my own feelings, as well as those of the people around me, and cultivating stronger relationships and fostering more effective communication. However, it is important to recognize that mastering the art of recognizing and interpreting emotions, as well as effectively communicating them, can be a time-consuming and laborious process. Furthermore, it is essential to acknowledge that it is not always feasible to precisely decipher the feelings of others. When we experience an emotion, our body responds to a stimulus, such as a racing pulse or a sheen of sweat. We then interpret the stimulus and determine its significance. Finally, we express the emotion through facial expressions or body language. Developing emotional intelligence is an important step in gaining control over your own emotions and those of others. Taking the initiative to start this process now can help you to make the most of your emotions and gain mastery over them. Our feelings are a part of who we are, guiding us on our journey through life. They can be a powerful force, pushing us to reach our goals and achieve great things. But they can also be a source of confusion and distress, leading us to make decisions that may not be in our best interests. It is essential that we recognize the power of our emotions and use them to our advantage. They can be powerful motivators, but it is important to be aware that they can sometimes lead to irrational decisions, and can be swayed by external factors, such as the opinions of those around us. Therefore, it is essential to be mindful of the impact that our emotions have on our lives and to use them to our advantage. We all experience a range of emotions in our lives, from joy to sorrow, rage to trepidation, and astonishment. Though we may have different backgrounds and experiences, these emotions are something we can all relate to. The intensity and duration of these feelings can vary greatly between us, and our individual circumstances can shape how we express and manage our emotions in unique ways. It can sometimes be overwhelming, and it is essential for me to have a comprehensive understanding of them in order to regulate them effectively. Acknowledging the power of my emotions can be beneficial, as it can help me make decisions and gain insight into my environment. We all experience fear, anger, joy, and sorrow in our own unique ways. But beyond these basic emotions, we also experience a range of complex emotions, such as love, guilt, and shame, that make our emotional lives so much richer. It is important to recognize the complexity and diversity of our emotional experiences, and to embrace them as part of our lives. Our emotions can be a powerful source of direction and purpose in our lives, helping us to form meaningful connections with others, appreciate the beauty of the world, and gain insight into our own experiences. However, if we don't manage them carefully, they can become overwhelming and lead to undesirable outcomes. That's why it's so important to be mindful of our emotions and use them to our advantage, rather than letting them take control. Welcome your feelings and let them be your guide. Embracing your emotions can bring a range of experiences, from moments of joy and strength to times of sorrow and vulnerability, successes and hopes to failures and despair. They give our lives purpose and can be the driving force behind our greatest achievements and our most difficult challenges. However, it is important to remember that emotions are not always reliable and can sometimes lead us astray. Therefore, it is essential to be mindful of our feelings and use them to our advantage, so that we can make the most of our lives and reach our goals. If you are feeling powerless, helpless, or despondent, it is possible that you are struggling with a mental health issue. This can make it hard to understand and manage your emotions, leaving you feeling overwhelmed. Don't be afraid to reach out for professional help if you need it. Remember, though, that mental illness is not always the cause of these feelings, and other factors may be at play. It can be difficult to understand and regulate our feelings in a constructive way, but taking the time to explore our emotions can be incredibly beneficial. By unlocking the potential of our emotions, we can gain invaluable insight into our innermost selves and learn how to better manage our emotions. It may take patience and effort to gain a deeper understanding of our emotions, but it is worth the effort to improve our mental health and well-being. Gaining an understanding of our intricate emotional system, composed of the amygdala, hippocampus, prefrontal cortex, and insula, can be beneficial in helping us to effectively regulate our emotions. However, it is important to remember that emotions are complex and can be influenced by a variety of factors, such as our environment, relationships, and physical health. Thus, while comprehending our emotional system can be advantageous, it is not a guarantee that we can successfully control our feelings. With this in mind, it is important to take the time to understand our emotions and how they are affected by our environment, relationships, and physical health in order to better manage them.